Hello, hello, and we're just outside of the quarry base, the sorting base, the warehouse. What is what we call this area anyway? All those terms apply, and we are standing on the site of our very first quarry. But something's wrong here. There's no quarry on it. Where did the quarry go? Well, it's over there. Here is the site of our second quarry. And guess what? It's all done. This whole next square has already been hollowed out. And it's another maximum size, 64 by 64. Ooh, our boat is sinking. They just don't make those boats like they used to. Well, it makes more sense than when they float above the water. Anyway, yeah, here's the second quarry. Well, it's the same quarry, but the second site moved over. One of maybe 16 if we keep this up in this world and we don't do a big world gen thing where we get a bunch of new stuff and have to relocate to other chunks, which may most probably happen. But for now, yeah, that's all hollowed out, and you can see we've got some upgrades. Using the loot from the last quarry, spent some of it on advancing ourselves a bit in our little quarry module. So over here I am now actually using conductive piping to convey the power from the electric engines to the quarry, and it did seem to move faster, I'll tell you that. And I don't know if it's because of this or if it's because of this over here, but if anyone knows if you get an advantage of using the conductive piping versus just kind of poking the engines all at the thing you're powering, do let me know, because it did seem to make a difference, and if nothing else, it looks cooler. And it also just helps neaten things up and makes it a little bit more understandable, all things in a line rather than poking out all over the place. But yeah, so it did that. That was really no big deal in materials. We could have done that before. But over here, if you remember, before we had 8 advanced solar panels and a regular one in the middle, just the basic solar panel, and now we have 9. Upgraded that middle one, and so before we were producing 65 EU on a clear day somewhere between dawn and dusk, and now we're producing 7 more, so that would make that 72. So, and before we were exactly balanced. As long as it was sunny, we cooked all day and kept going most of the night too, pretty much all until maybe the MFE would just run out at the end, usually not. But you get one cloudy, rainy day and we would slow down. But now, with a little bit of surplus power and the bigger storage module, the MFSU, it never stopped. There was never a slowdown. So this was perfect. The next stage up, I probably could have put 2 MFEs, but my desire for symmetry and everything else just made this seem much simpler, and we could afford it now, so I just did it. And they're still very expensive, but yeah, now we have it, and as long as we don't blow it up or something, it's equity. Resource, yeah. It's resources in the bank. So yeah, this stays nicely powered up. I did let it charge up for a couple days before I started the quarry up, just, you know, Minecraft days, like 20 minutes to 40 minutes, something like that, just to let it get a head start. But I think it would have built up anyway, because it barely goes down. At night it went down a little bit, you know, used up some power, but this is so much exponentially bigger than the MFE. So you just have to add one more transformer to get down to the low voltage power. So you need a medium voltage and MV transformer, and then that goes into the LV transformer, and then you could put it into the copper pipes or copper cables. Yeah, and so this got picked all the way down to bedrock, so no need to really show you that. I don't know why I'm going down there. We could see the whole bedrock landscape, but let me show you the spoils of the second quarrying since it's all done. So I'll run over there and meet you. Hurry up. See you there. Okay, so within these walls, these halls, uh, the whole system worked perfectly. Nothing went where it wasn't supposed to go, and everything went where it was. All our maceratable ores went into their little slots here, and then went into their respective electric furnaces that all have these little double upgrades, and zoomed back here to the chests. You can see silver now shares a double chest. When I found out that both kinds of ores I was getting were both reduced to the same kind of silver ingot. So here's our silver ingots now. I think we only had about this many before, and I haven't really raided from here much since the last time, so maybe just a slight bit, but really I don't know if we have hardly at all. And the amount of gold about doubled. Maybe we had 2.5 stacks before. I guess we got almost 3.5 stacks more this time, so a little bit better. Copper is definitely building up. Tin is definitely underrepresented, but building up at this rate too, so I think we're going to be alright. Iron is showing strong at 5 rows plus change of iron ingots. It's going to be pretty soon. It's going to be time to start making some blocks. Coal directly goes here, right over these furnaces. We're up to, and I've been stealing from this too quite a bit, but we're still up to 34 stacks and counting. And you wonder, why do I have these old stone furnaces? Well, you know, they're the only ones you actually get experience from, and if you're not in a hurry, they're plenty fast enough. And if you want to cook something up and actually get that little experience, tinkle, 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 you still got to use your old stone furnaces, so that keeps them having a place. Redid this a little bit. Every kind of thing I could think of to categorize. Each got its own barrel. Not because I expect to fill a barrel full of them necessarily, but I like the pretty pictures on the front. It saves me from having to do that. Kind of does it itself. And they don't update automatically from the pipes, but every time you log in again or take something out and put it in, you get the numbers. So I just like that. It's neat. So clay advanced a little bit. We got a bunch of flint, a whole bunch of sapphires. The lead is adding up. I was kind of looking up lead, trying to figure out what to do with it. And sorry about the neighbor dog. Forgot to bribe him. I always have to give him a treat or something. He's just kitty corner from my room in the backyard there, and boy does he bark. Anyway. I'll remember to bribe him on the next segment. So yeah, lead. Trying to figure out what it's good for, and it's kind of weird actually. If someone can help me with this, oh boy, you can make a lead block. And then there's this charge meter and furnace heater and battery block. I don't even know what mod this is. Can someone tell me what mod this is so I can look it up? I guess I could just Google these things. Insulated coil, motor. Kind of badly drawn stuff too, but maybe it's really useful. I have no idea. Energy storage. Oh, that could be useful. These redstone storage thingies. And then we got this little crooked lead wire thing. And back to that. Containment reactor. Oh, okay. Yeah, something in my psyche is, I don't think it's going to let me do nuclear reactors. No, no, no. And you can pulverize it. And I know you can, from this, you can make hardened glass that can't blow up. So that can be useful. That and pulverized obsidian. And we're back to there. So anyway, yeah, I got to start using lead at some point. What is this? The monazite is building up. Yeah, a stack and a half, and a bunch of apatite, and yeah, we got going on a stack and 3/4 of uranium. Got some more stacks of lapis. Oh, 21 stacks and a half of redstone. That's very welcome. And look at this. Probably already peaked from my peripheral vision there, but I got 56 diamonds this time, which last time it was 29, so almost double the amount from last time. It's actually, you know what, I've seeded it with 1 diamond, so I got 55, which is not bad. I will not sneeze at that at all for not having to do any work to get them. Although, you know, I still can't help but imagine if I had done that with a fortune pick. Of course, I wouldn't have found them all, and it would have taken me hours and hours and hours of branch mining. Um, but yeah, so we got 56 diamonds, 55 from this. So, and then this is the unsorted one, things I didn't think of, and it is full of obsidian, a little bit of sandstone. Some poor zombie or two met their end somehow or got their stuff picked up. And there was so much obsidian I actually moved it over here because I thought it was going to run out. But that is most welcome, man. That is like a huge lava pool must have just been extinguished with all that water flowing down. But I'm so glad this thing picks up obsidian. All my obsidian needs have been met here, I think, for a while. So we can have fun with that. And just one more thing to show you over here is I did expand the cobblestone bulk storage to over here. I made a whole nother set of this stuff. Had to go back in the wall a little bit here. And to get stuff from this one to this one, you just turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on both sides. It's quite laggy. But if you're not doing anything else, it's fine. It doesn't seem to crash the game. But yeah, just especially once these warm up, all the cobble just starts working its way down and flowing along until you get a nice stream of it going to the other thing. So yeah, I'm gonna transfer all this stuff over here to over here, and then once this is full, we're going to start doing some heavy recycling, I think, and then it's going to be time to make that mass fabricator. You know, and I learned that the mass fabricator, whichever mod it was from, is not available anymore in here. It's been replaced by the matter fabricator or the matter transformer or something like that. And it's not only is that one a lot more expensive to build, but it takes 1,000,000 EU every time to transform the scrap into UU matter. This was just a little sample scrap maker that Nilo made, just playing around. These are some of the random items we got. Just making the little making the little scrap boxes like this. Takes 9 of them. And then if you either toss it or you can just take it and like right click, you get some random thing. Hey, that's not too bad. Not that I would ever use a gold helmet. Give it to some favorite zombie of mine or something like that. But you just get random stuff. Sometimes they're dust, which is kind of cool, and sometimes they're things that, well, maybe you can put that in the generator. Will it do it? Let's see. Can we burn it? Is it burning? I don't know. We'll see in a second. But yeah, oh yeah, cool. We got a little bit of power out of it. What was I saying? Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of these to you know, to recycle our excess cobble and stuff. The dirt and sand and gravel are actually building up a lot more slowly. It's actually a real illustration of the proportions these things come in. But oh yeah, the matter transformer or whatever it's called. I should look that up while we're in here. Let's get that. And so this is the one I want. The mass fabricator, and it's still available here, but there's no recipe for it. Oops. Okay, so I have to hit return, and then if I click for a recipe, I don't get one. You can't make them anymore. I went and found the recipe and tried to make it, and won't give it to you. But instead, you got this this matter fabricator. This looks like thermal expansion, maybe. That's kind of the style of it. I'm not sure. And it uses 1,000,000 EU every time, and the mass fabricator did too. But it, if you put scrap in the little power box, it actually drastically reduced the power needs for making UU matter. So I don't know. I think it might be fair, because this is just like one mod overriding the other. It might be fair to just spend the materials for the mass fabricator, throw them all in a lava hole or something, and then just go into cheat mode for a second and give ourselves the mass fabricator, rather than trying to modify all the mods to make it work again. What do you guys think? Is that fair or not? Do I need to spend 1,000,000 EU every time on the UU matter? I don't think that's fair. And then let me see. Oh yeah, one more upgrade here to show you is those last 4 basic solar panels we had kicking around. I turned them into advanced solar panels right here. Man, that sand freaks me out. I always think there's a creeper right there or something. And made one more MFSU. And then this is our little backup power here for this whole system, because I went and looked down. There's still plenty of lava down there, but the pool that we're into is more than half gone. And it was only a matter of time till we run out of lava. So I thought we'd supplement, since we're out here in the glaciers and everything. Perfect place to use it before we pump in more power sources down our little tunnel that you guys saw us make last time, if you watched that. So yeah, just a little upgrade here. And in the matter of lava, we can get into that later, but just say briefly, I've learned that lava can actually multiply itself from netherrack with the what is it called, the magma crucible. I found that 1 bucket of lava and 1 netherrack will then make 4 buckets of lava. So there's a little lava multiplication that can happen that way, and we'll probably get into. And that way we'll never run out of lava as long as we never run out of netherrack, which I don't think is too hard of a challenge. Just go in there with the mining laser or whatever, and we can just blast the hole straight to the nether fortress, so we don't have to go around anything, and in the meantime get enough netherrack to fuel lava production forever. And I was doing some tests too, and a combustion engine with 1 bucket of fuel will actually make about 150 lava buckets from 150 netherrack. So that's this crazy multiplication of power. So because combustion engines have been so unreliable, I may be using them just to turn all the fuel into tons and tons of tanks of lava everywhere. Unless I use all that obsidian just to encase every combustion engine I use, and then save them from exploding everything else around them when they're being used, and just explode themselves. Anyway, so that's this update. I'm gonna go start another quarry and keep it going while I edit some more of the previous video episodes for you. So yeah, I found that quarrying is a great thing to have happening on your other screen while I'm using my Windows Movie Maker on the other. So gonna start the next quarry and get back to catching up with the videos. Yeah, alright, see ya then, next time. Oh wait, I didn't mean to keep the suspense. I'm holding this thing in my hand. Kaboom, some redstone, we'll take it. Okay, see ya. And this is what the bulk storage transfer looks like when it's really cooking. We just get these solid streams of cobble coming out, working their way to over here. And I just got to make sure that this doesn't overfill. Yeah, we're not there yet. You can feel the lag from it. The hundreds of blocks moving. I like it when they get here and they just go zoop, zoop, zoop. Yeah, I can turn this half of it off now since it's empty. And that will reduce the lag a little bit just by the amount of those redstone engines, but this is the real cause of it right here. My platform's a little far out this time, so I'm not sure if the whole pipe to it is going to be loaded all the time. So I'm going to make this thing called an anchor Sentinel that is just like this. And this goes from your anchor in a straight line out, and it will continue it in a smaller area. And that's just to make sure that our pipeway is loaded all the way to the quarry. probably not an issue, but I'm going to do it just in case. So now we got this and our two anchor sentinels. And what we're going to do, let's check there's no creepers up there. Let's see how far the particles go right now. They make it out pretty far, to right about here. And I probably could extend that other anchor, but my idea, we're getting them all the way to here, is to start in line with this pipe. Let's call it, it's right on top of this. We can go with the same level as the water and put one right there. And I think we got this totally covered. That's looking pretty good. Now we're going to extend this all the way out, but let's count that 9 chunks again, 144. We're on negative 87, so that would be 144 plus 87 is negative 231. Let's see how far that gets us. And 231 gets us more than out here. This is 218. And this thing is totally covered probably, but let's go ahead and just put it right under here, even though we don't need to. Yeah, no, maybe we could put it over here and we're probably good. Yeah, let's just put it it'll be right here, right on this one. So we'll set that guy down, and all the time we've been doing this, it hasn't been loaded most of the time, so that's why it's not totally full, but it's given it a chance when it was in range of us to keep loading. Plenty of power. While we're out here, let's go ahead and turn it on, and then hit this one time with the crowbar. Let's eat first, actually. Hit this with the crowbar and see if we run over to the other one, to the anchor. This is the Sentinel. If that gets us all the way, it should be good. And then we're going to invest a lot of processor power to make sure this thing is loaded all the way, successfully paired. So we're guaranteed that this is going to be loaded all the way. I'm still at 23, 24 frames per second while recording, so that's not too bad. Let's make sure this thing's running good. Looks like it is. Alright, and we got our first items going. So now this should successfully work no matter where I am, actually. This whole assembly of stuff. Whew. Okay, that was work. But hey, now it's not work. Oops. Now it's just totally autopilot. Okay, and I'm going to put myself AFK again while this quarry finishes and edit a bunch more videos for y'all. Which I was trying to do a couple hours ago until I got into all this complication with the chunk loading and everything else, but that's what we get for setting up a quarry so far out there. I could put it on far too, you know. I've got it on normal right now, and I did that just to reduce the load on the computer so I can get some better frame rate while I record, because and I don't know if you noticed, but I've also got my graphics on fast, which I just don't normally do. We can stick this in here. I don't like the fast graphics, but it does really speed up the frame rate. While I'm over here, things are getting more slowed down. We're at like 19, 20, 21. Still not too bad, but not what I'd like. Usually on regular Minecraft, I'd always stay at 30, unless I was doing something really intensive. This is part of it too, but this is almost done. It's getting there. Okay, so I'm going to park myself in the little AFK spot. You go ahead, make yourself at home, help yourself to anything except anything valuable. What happens if you push them back in? Do they go back? No, I have to try. Hey, 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 hey. No, no, no. I want to test. You're a test subject. I learned that if you press shift, supposedly, you can push things better. Oh well. Alright, fine. Hang out. I'm going to go in here.